This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Alex. It's the Ramble. We go until midnight tonight. Yay!
Okay,
start recording.
there he is, ladies and gentlemen. That's Will Durst, right
How's
over
the
there.
weather in New York?
The weather in New York it's sunny today, but the temperature is 46 degrees. I can tell because I have my watch and it tells me what the temperature
Your
is.
Apple Watch?
My Apple Watch, yeah. So
I see the weather over your left shoulder.
yeah, well, this is the city back there, and this is a green screen here. So, this is all fake.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see more of your face. Bring it. Try and keep it in there. I know it's difficult.
I'll keep my head up.
Yeah, but you see there, it's just got the top of your head.
I know, but it's the best part of my head.
Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway, well, all we see are your glasses now. There can you move the camera? Actually, are you having trouble holding it? Is that the problem? See, Will has an excuse for everything now. Like
I had a vascular incident.
A vascular incident, exactly. What happens is you call any business and you're waiting on hold forever. When you finally get them, you go, "Why have I been on hold so long?" They say, "Well, COVID." Right? So COVID's become this catch-all excuse for everything. So when you don't get your picture perfect, you just say, "Well, in your case, I had a stroke."
I had a vascular incident.
A vascular incident.
During COVID.
No, just prior to COVID. Actually, you picked a good year. You wouldn't have been working anyway.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, how you doing, pal?
I would have practiced a couple of times.
How you doing?
Shitty. Life sucks. The world hates me. I'm living in a cartoon. How are you?
Fine. Pretty much the same, except I didn't have a stroke, and I'm not. How long have you been in a, shall we say, non-mobile state?
2 years on October 7th.
Oh, geez. Of this year?
Yeah.
So it's over 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
2 years and 2 months now.
What are they doing to get you out of there?
They claim to be doing therapy, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
Yeah.
It seems to be hindering.
What do you mean hindering? How is it hindering?
No pain, no gain. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that shit.
No pain, no gain? Yeah. Well, you've had quite enough pain. Where's the gain?
Exactly.
Yeah. So where does it all stand now? I mean, you're not standing, but where does it all stand now?
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't stand. I can't walk.
Yeah. Well, I never could stand anything. So you're lucky you've got something. But so you can't walk. Okay, that's the biggest problem.
What's holding me back?
Could you walk with like a walker?
They say they don't want to try me on the walker yet because I can't support my weight on my left leg.
So you have to support your weight on your leg in order to use a walker.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only way you get around at all is wheelchair, right?
Yeah, that's about it.
Is there a TV set on there? Can you turn it off?
I can turn it on.
Turn it off. We're getting. We just got a commercial for Liberty Mutual or whatever. There we go.
Liberty.
Yeah. So anyway.
Hey, how much money is there in insurance?
How much money is there in insurance?
Yeah.
There's a lot of money in insurance.
apparently, because they're the ones who are running every ad.
Well, you know why they do it this time of the year is because it's October 7th is the last, December 7th. Wasn't that Pearl Harbor Day?
Yeah.
December 7th is the last day you can get your supplemental insurance. Okay?
Oh, okay. So there's that.
Yeah, there's that sign-up period every year.
But I mean, all these, Liberty and Allstate and.
They're all out there with their ads, and we're get your supplemental and whatever. But I mean, what I find is disgusting. Okay, is that, for instance, I pay out of my Social Security about $200 a month for Medicare. All right,
right.
That's for starters. Then I have to have it only takes care of 80%. All right, so I've got to get somebody to take care of the other 20%.
The supplemental.
Yeah, and you don't want to get the Advantage because the Advantage really wipes out your Medicare, and then they take over, and then they get paid by the government for administering your account. So they like that. But then they have the supplemental, and that's basically very cheap, okay? Then there's the supplemental. The supplemental is simply what it says. It's a supplement to the 80% and takes care of all the rest. But that's costing us $320 a month. Luckily, Marjorie's company is paying for it.
For your supplemental?
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, but for the time being, as long as she's working there. But when you think about it, if I were paying it all out of pocket, I'm paying $500 a month to take care of the 20% that the government doesn't take care of. What kind of deal is that? Everything should be taken care of. Poor little Will. Let's do a telethon here. Poor little Will lying in his bed. Look at him. Isn't he pathetic? Give me a pathetic look. There. Isn't he pathetic? You know what we got to do? We have to do away with that 20% that the government doesn't pay so that he can get his health back where it should be. Look more pathetic. Look more pathetic. Yeah. That good. Great pathetic look. Yeah. Okay, you can stop looking pathetic. Oh, wait a minute.
Tell them how they can contribute to my GoFundMe account.
Oh, tell them about that, because you've raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there who love Will Durst.
Yeah.
They don't know you like I know you, but they love you. And you have this GoFundMe. You have this GoFundMe for Will Durst. How much have you raised to date on that?
I don't know. Debbie's keeping track of it.
I seem to think it's somewhere around $200,000.
Yeah, but we've already spent $100,000.
Yeah, well, I could imagine.
I mean, the rent on my board and care is $7,000 a month.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And I've been here 12 months.
And the government doesn't take care of it.
No, Medicare doesn't take care of it.
No. How about the?
And I got a stair lift in my house.
Yeah. Well, you see, the supplemental won't take care of that. If Medicare doesn't approve it, then they don't take care of it. See? So, I mean, but why won't they approve it? I mean, you're lying there in a hospital. You can't go anywhere, or at least a nursing home, or what's it called? A healthcare facility? What is it?
A board and care.
Board and care. So you're lying there bored and you don't care, right?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, board and care, and that's costing $7,000 a month. Now, what if you can't come up with the $7,000 a month? Do they just dump you on the street?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. So it's nice that they're caring for you, but it has its limitations.
Yeah, the caregivers are all Filipino.
They usually are in those places. My mother was in the Jewish Home for the Aged, which is, I think you were in at one point.
The food there is awful.
Really? It used to be wonderful. It was the most wonderful facility in the city.
Really?
Oh, yeah. My mother was there for, God, maybe 2-3 years, and they took good care of her when we ran out of money, when she ran out of money, because we had to deplete all her savings of about $30,000. But at $7,000-8,000 a month, when all that money was gone, they don't throw anybody out. They just get the people who, contribute to take care of it. So they took
Wealthy
care of
Jews.
What?
Wealthy Jews.
Wealthy Jews. But it worked out pretty well, It really did. And I remember going there, and they were just doing a wonderful job with her. For instance, she was of the age, she hit 100. Okay, so when I had her in there, she was like 93, 94. And she had one hair growing out of her chin. It was almost going down, way down. It was big. First thing they did when she got there is they pulled it out. They wanted to clean her up, right? And she looked good. They took good care of her, and I appreciated that. By the way, those two eyes you're seeing are those of Will Durst, if you've just joined us. Yeah. Your eyebrows, it's too bad you're not back on stage, because your eyebrows are getting to look like, like people we're used to who are intelligent who have eyebrows, like Mark Twain. Well, look at that. So what's that bump? What's that dark spot on your head?
I think it's a mole or something.
Oh, is it really? Yeah.
Well, this thing?
Well, that's the ceiling. We now are looking at the ceiling. Okay. See? But it's a mole?
You mean this thing?
Yeah. Is that new?
No.
No? Oh, okay. All right.
It's more pronounced.
Yeah, I just want you well so you can come back to New York and we can have some good times having dinner and talking and stuff like that,
Yeah. See some plays.
Yeah. But, I just hope they get you going. We have a guy who calls his show, his name is Jeff, and he had a stroke several years ago. And, he's still affected by it, but he's pretty much been mended. There are certain things. He says he can't read. He has total inability to read.
Oh, wow.
But he's I always very proud of him. He's become a good friend.
Well, they got a guy in here.
Yeah. Let's see
had a stroke 35 years ago.
No.
And he's still in a wheelchair.
Oh, jeez. Well, that certainly makes you feel good, doesn't it? Look pathetic again so they can go to the GoFundMe. Ladies and gentlemen, you show the whole face. Whole face. Whole face. Whole face. No, more. There we go. Look at that pathetic stroke victim. And he needs your money, and you have to go to the GoFundMe and just put in as much money as you possibly can. What was the largest donation you got? Do you know?
I think $1,000.
I think I saw 1,000.
Yeah.
It was some comedian.
We got money from Judd Apatow.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you expect it?
No, I don't know Judd Apatow.
Really? And he saw it?
I don't remember ever meeting him.
You know something? He's very sensitive to comedians because he kind of did stand-up, I think, for a short time in his life. And he has a sensitivity towards that. And he's got the bucks, so why not do it?
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Judd Apatow. But I'm trying to remember. I saw one other that was like 1,000, and it was I can't remember who it was. I just wish I were at a time in my life where I had a lot of money and I could send you a lot. I think I've made 2 donations so far.
Yeah, I think you made 2 500s.
No, I didn't make a 500. No, I can't afford that.
Okay.
But I think I made hundreds, two 100s.
Appreciate it.
But listen, folks, if you send $10, that's a good deal. That's a terrific. Hey, you know what we're doing here? I just realized it. We're doing a telethon.
Well, that's what you said in the beginning.
Yeah, we're doing a telethon. So everybody go to GoFundMe right now. Go to GoFundMe. Look up what? Just type in Will Durst.
Yeah.
And then look for his forehead. And then then
They tug your wallet to
just make like a donation of $10 or whatever. And
your wallet. Yeah.
also, I think they ask you if you want to add another couple of bucks to take care of the cost of GoFundMe. Do
Yeah.
that.
Sell all the stocks in your portfolio.
Yeah. Unload all the stocks in your portfolio.
Yeah.
But no,
I did that before Y2K.
Did you really?
Before Y2K.
Were you worried about it?
Yeah.
Really? How do you feel now?
Well, I had bought Apple at 8
Yeah.
and then sold it, so I feel like an idiot.
Oh, you bought it at 8, but what did you sell it at?
I don't know. I think it was 10 or 12.
Really? What is it now? Couple 100 at least.
Oh yeah, at least. But it's also split 7 times, 4 times, 2 times, 2 times,
Yeah.
2 times, 3 times.
When did you buy Apple? When it was down and out?
Yeah, well, when it was 8.
So that was a period of time where they were in trouble financially.
Like after the first .com bust.
Right. So was this
It was pre-2000.
was it pre Steve Jobs coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So today that would have been worth a lot. You wouldn't have to do a GoFundMe if you still had that stock. How many shares did you have?
Oh, I think 1,000.
1,000 shares. Let me see here. Apple stock. Let me look it up here. I can find out in a second. Apple stock. Apple Incorporated. Real-time stock quotes. Ameritrade. I don't want that. I don't want that. Here it is. The current Apple price. You ready? $161.84. And now that may have split and done other things where you would have made money, but if that 8 were just 1,000 shares were today, that would be
161,000.
huh?
161,000.
161,000, yeah. It'd be worth 161,000. Here's the one that always
And you
bothered.
can retire on that.
Here's something that bothered me when I was at Apple. When I was at Sirius XM, they got to a point where they just bottomed out on their stock. They were almost going out of business. Okay, and the stock.
Yeah, they were like 14 cents a share.
They were 5 cents a share.
5 cents a
Now
share.
they're not a big stock right now. They're up around $6. But if I had bought and I could have afforded $10,000 in shares at 5 cents a share, today I'd be a multimillionaire. So another one of my mistakes in life.
Yeah, that's 20 shares for $1.
Yeah.
So if you had $10,000,
Yeah.
10,000 times 20.
Yeah. It's 10,000 times 20. I don't know. That's 200,000 shares, something like that. I'd be doing okay,
At 6 or 7,
Yeah.
whatever they're at.
Yeah. Let's see your full face again. I have to keep reminding you. Can you see your
Sorry.
face in the camera?
I can.
Yeah, so
Okay.
look at it, then frame it so that, I know it's difficult because you probably have to do it with one hand and you're probably raising it, right? Well, how's the hand doing, the bad hand?
The bad hand?
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you make
Bad hand.
Can you make a fist? Let's see. Can you make a fist? I should be there doing your physical therapy.
Yeah, you should be getting money from Medicare.
Yes. Well, okay. We're gonna start a GoFundMe for me. I don't. Of course, I don't need it. I just got a windfall here. But I won't talk about exactly what it was. But we've been in court with my apartment. You know that story,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we finally settled with this guy, give him $75,000 to go away and let us have the apartment. Meanwhile, he had to continue with his case. I can't even see you now. Your forehead is there. Okay. And the trial went on, and then it was between he and the landlord. And it was said that we were going to pay so much money, but that was based on the premise that the end of that case would determine what the actual price of the apartment was. You got me?
Yeah.
So the judge finally made a determination, just savaged the landlord, said he was incredible, blah, 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 blah. He awarded this guy $203,000, a guy we're also paying $75,000 to. So he came out okay. But we came out okay because we got the apartment, right? And our rent was going to be $2,225. Not bad for what we've got here, you know? The judge stated that the price had to be rolled back to its 2004 price. I won't tell you what it is.
Is that when you first moved in?
No, not when we first moved in. When the guy who leased this place and then leased it to us moved in. Okay? And the rent on this apartment at that time was $500.04.
4 cents?
Yeah. The judge rolled it back to that price.
4 cents? $500 and 4 cents?
Yeah, 4 cents. I don't know why the 4 cents. It may not hold. It may have to be a different work, how they figure it out. But the price of this apartment back in 2004 and the established price by the...
That ain't bad for 4,000 square feet in New York.
Well, for 2,500 square feet. We
Is
will...
that all?
Yeah. If that were to hold, this apartment, we would have to pay $500 a month in rent. Is that amazing? You know, but it'll probably be more than that, but not vastly more than
much.
that.
Yeah,
it'll be up around the 800s, 900s. But I mean, I can talk about it because it's a court case that's on record now, which you can probably, if you're a lawyer, you can go online and look at the judge's determination.
Hell, anybody can.
So I'm not telling tales out of school here. And knock on wood, we'll be paying anywhere between about $500 and $800 a month for this apartment.
Congratulations.
Yeah, isn't that great? You know, and we didn't expect that as an outcome. We were happy with the outcome as it was. You know, but this was the first real nice thing that's happened in this situation for us. But anyway, so have you been practicing your comedy?
No.
Been doing any skits and sketches?
No skits, no sketches.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to do one commentary a day, a video commentary.
Yeah.
And put it up on Facebook and...
Yeah, well, you got, first of all,
Yeah,
I mean, I could help you with that. I mean, we could...
Instagram? Yeah, Instagram.
I don't do Instagram, but I do, I do have, this, for instance, will go up on YouTube. It will go out live when I do the program. So, and plus it's a telethon for Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, it's
Or Will.
Give me the look. Give me that. There we go. You can send money to this guy, or you can let him continue to be in a vegetative state. Look like you're in a vegetative state. So please, everybody, donate right now to Will Durst at GoFundMe.
Green beans.
What?
The chef here.
Yeah.
You must have bought a 55-gallon drum of green beans.
Really? It's always green beans, huh?
A lot of green beans.
Yeah. Is the food...
And
yeah.
Almost every dessert has roasted apples there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad.
No, I like I did like roasted apples.
How was the food at that place?
Baked apples. Food is pretty good.
Really? Where are you? What's the name of the facility?
It's called The Villages at Hayes Valley.
And that's in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, that's right on. I'm right on Laguna.
Oh, okay.
between Grove and Hayes.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where all that is. I lived there all my life, and then now I got to remember where these things are. You know, the other day I was trying to remember the name Lombard Street. Yeah.
Which part?
Well, there are several parts. There's the curly road going down.
Yeah, that's the 1,000 block.
That's the 1,000 block. Then you go down the other side, and you go down across the edge of the marina, and you wind up at the Golden Gate Bridge. So that's Lombard Street in San Francisco.
Right. And if you go the other way, you end up in North Beach.
Really? Hey, you know, I just looked, and we've run out of time.
Oh, no.
Yes. See how time flies? Well, that's another 24 hours, 24 minutes that you've been lying in bed. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, stick around after we're finished here. Just frame your face perfectly, okay? And give me the most pathetic look you can give me.
Okay,
you've been very good at good. Okay, we're getting the full Monty. Wait a minute, we just got your eye. You gotta look pathetic. Here we go down there.
That's just my normal look.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's Will Durst. GoFundMe.com. Look up Will Durst. Send him your dimes, your dollars, like the March of Dimes. If 1 million of you out there all send a dime,
it's $100,000.
It's $100,000. And so I'm asking you to do that now for this.
It's the holiday season.
It's a time for giving.
It's a time for giving.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. That's my old friend and the guy I think of in a very nice way who is named Will Durst. Thank you, Will.
Thanks for having me, Alex Bennett.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Yes. Okay, why are we out of sync? See, it always happens. I don't know. I'm giving up on trying to be in sync. Okay, all right. Anyway, let me see here. We're ready to go here, aren't we? Okay. Let me go over to the let me move to the panel here, the Zoom panel, because then I will be more in sync if we do that. See, here I'm out of sync, and now I do this and I'm in sync, I guess. Yeah. More than I'm not in sync. Anyway, hey, there are a lot of people want to come on right now. Let's see if they're ready to go here. Hold on, admit all. Here we go. There we are. There we go. Hello. Hey, everybody. Wow. What a bunch of people we got here. We got Jeff, and we got Alan, and we got Chip, and we've got the lovely Brian Neary, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody. How are you?
I heard there's a new rule. We're not allowed to eat on the show or something. We're not allowed to eat on the show?
Well, it's Alan.
Oh, it's Alan not allowed.
Alan.
It's not.
Pick on the Jew. It's okay.
No, because you're eating healthy foods, which are helping you lose weight, right?
Maintain.
Okay, maintain. Hello, Chip. How you doing?
Oh, doing all right.
Yeah. And Chip, where are you calling us from again? My memory's bad these days.
North Idaho, where it's snowing.
North Idaho, where it's snowing. I think we had some flurries today, but I didn't look out the window, so I have no idea. So. But anyway, one day I'm going to solve this problem. I don't have it when we're doing the show right like this with the Zoom. But what happened? Who did we lose?
Jeff.
We who? Oh, we lost Jeff. Okay. Anyway, just a little bit of my of this. I'm trying to figure out why it goes out of sync, and what I can do to prevent it. Apparently, it has something to do with the Zoom and the other. I have two cameras I use. One camera, which is, let me show people, is this camera. Okay, let me see here. Let me just do this. Okay, this is the other camera, and it's out of sync. Okay, but when I go to the camera that I use for Zoom, it's in sync, right? So go
You think
figure.
the
Okay.
firmware is up to date?
Yeah, all the firmware is up to date. You know, I have no problem with the firmware. You know, I don't know. You know what I did today? I get up this morning, and I come over to the computer that does our show. You know, puts our show out there to the folks 24/7, and it was completely not working. And then it froze, and then I tried to start it up, and it took about a half hour for it to start up, and I don't know what the problem was. So I decided, well, I guess I better put out the bucks, and I bought another Mac Mini. Now I own two of the M1 Mac Minis, and I installed it today, got all the parts in there working just fine, and it's a great little machine, and it boots up like that.
Like $800?
No, 557, 567.
You got the one with the smaller drive and smaller memory, right?
That's right. But I got it. You see, I got it for the other room just to see how they work. Okay, and I found that it works like a machine that's got much more memory in it. It somehow that M1 chip just makes it just fire up. So
Yep.
you know, and
That's
I mean,
what I-
I'd go get one of the bigger ones, but I don't need it. I've got a good computer right here. You know, so. But I'm sorry if I didn't go get the more expensive one, Alan.
Doesn't matter to me. Whatever makes you happy.
No, it works. I mean, and this thing only has to serve out the programming. But boy, it's got so much power in it. I'm thinking Marjorie has a Mac Mini she's using that I bought from Phil.
That died.
That died, and then I had it fixed again.
Could have bought a new Mac Mini for what you paid Phil and the repairs.
No, not that one. That one was like a $1,500, $2,000 Mac Mini. But the Mac Mini now has so much power. It's amazing. I mean, it with just as little power under the hood that it has. So,
I think that M1 chip is real powerful.
oh,
Whatever.
it blazes. I mean, where before I used to have to just wait for everything to happen on the Mac Mini. I mean, it was like it was a behemoth, and this thing just cruises, just works beautifully. So, you know what I didn't do tonight? Did you notice? Is there anything wrong here?
You didn't
Your
take
light
the-
on your face.
There we go.
There we go.
I always forget something. I worked my ass off today getting this whole thing together so that it would work and serve out the programming so it'd be in time for Jack to break it in, you know. So, here comes Kevin. All righty.
There's a new GoPro. Did you get that one yet?
No. I just got the last GoPro, and I think it's my last GoPro. I don't use it that much because I find that if I want to take video, I shoot it with my iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't present anything that much more than the GoPro does. I mean, than the phone does. The iPhone does.
GoPro, you can hang it and strap it and all kinds of things a lot better than you can an iPhone, I think.
Yeah.
Of
course.
Yeah. Well, yes.
That's what I like doing it for.
Yeah, but and I admit that I use it for all my sporting events that I do, all my skiing and swimming and stuff like that. So it's
We
really
see brands GoPro all the
I put
time.
mine on my car now.
Like,
I don't know why is it, Alan, that you're always the naysayer in anything. When I say I have the GoPro, but I'd rather use my iPhone. You go, well, the iPhone isn't that good because you can't strap it to your dick.
I have an iPhone right here. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the GoPro, there's advantages to mounting and where you can do it. It wasn't
No,
a
if
naysay.
you really want to go all out, do something else completely, you know.
I
If
don't
you
even
wanna-
own a GoPro.
If you want to go all out on the iPhone, you can get yourself like a selfie stick and a whole bunch of equipment that will make it suitable for shooting really good heavy stuff. Plus, you know what the GoPro you can't do? You can't zoom in.
You probably can't make phone calls on it either.
No. Who makes phone calls on your camera anymore? Yeah. So anyway, I can't figure out what this lag is. I've put the cameras sometimes on 2 different circuits, and they still bog each other down. Maybe I need to use another camera.
I think the only person that bothers is you.
Well, I guess I'm the only one that minds. Well, I want this to be perfect, right? You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Get another Emmy.
Huh?
To get another Emmy.
To get another Emmy, yeah, right. Listen, I'm just trying to survive physically. I mean, it's funny. Is it just me, or is it everybody, that if I don't do something within, say, 6 months, a year, I can't remember how to do it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, in setting up these 2 computers, which I just got, I had to go back online and find out how to do everything. Stuff that I took for granted, you know. And but I did it, you know. I'm very proud of myself. What is all that noise? What are you doing, Kevin?
I'm
sorry.
No,
I was loading my stapler.
No, I know.
I'll put it on mute.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I love the way Jeff reacted to that. I knew it was you. And that's who I was talking to. He goes, "It's not me."
Right.
That's usually you, Jeff.
That's right. Already.
Usually on mute, so it doesn't come through. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all your fault.
I know. What are you stapling?
Nothing. I was just putting my last 2 little strips into the electronic stapler there.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Can you attach a GoPro to your stapler?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, anyway, so otherwise, I have nothing exciting that's happened to me today. You know.
Everyone's been sick in my family.
Everyone?
Oh.
Yeah, Adrian had Thursday to Friday. So Friday in the early morning, she started throwing up. So she stayed home, and the school's actually really good because they wanted a COVID test for them. You know, they require a COVID test, even just from vomiting. So it's one of the symptoms. So tried to take her that day to go get COVID test. She came back negative. We sort of knew that just because it was just her stomach.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, we went to Tiffany's mom's, had some food, and then we came back and I threw up all night. And then Sunday night, I left to go to Lodi for a couple days and for work. And Tiffany got sick. She didn't throw up, but she was really sick, really nauseous. And then yesterday, I had to take Stephanie out of school because she was nauseous and a headache. So I had to have her a COVID test. And then Simon was last night and had to have a COVID test for him today.
Boy, everybody's getting
And
swabs.
everybody's negative, right?
Adrian wiped us all out.
I mean,
I get the other 2 tests tonight. Actually, Stephanie's didn't have enough sample, but so she had to retake it. But they've been passed out and a little feverish. But yeah, so they're just, it's just like a stomach flu going around, nothing big. But I think I got the worst of it because we just went to her mom's house and I had a huge bowl of soup with all these vegetables, and they do like a vegetarian with all these different kind of tofus.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but if I eat a meal and throw up, I cannot stand the smell of that meal anymore. So that special soup thing, I know I can never have anymore at her mom's.
Really?
I just now, yeah. Cause
well, I know what you're saying.
I think of it and I want to throw up.
Do you consider yourself lucky?
For this one, yeah. It's a veggie thing.
When I was a kid, my parents used to go to a Chinese restaurant in, obviously, Chinatown. And I remember the name of it, Hang Far Low, which I always thought was a very funny name. But anyway, we went there, and they would always order up bean cakes. And I love bean cakes. I guess if your parents eat them and then you eat them, you get used to them and it becomes a comfort food. And I love bean cakes. Well, years later, everybody starts talking about this thing called tofu. And I'm going, what the hell is tofu? Turns out it was bean cakes. Only they suddenly came out with a vegetarian name for it, you know? But I love tofu.
Yeah, same here. I love tofu.
Anything you like that most people would vomit at watching you eat?
No, but Asian, they have the balut, which is the 15-day-old egg, and they cut that open, and you can see the beak and everything. That's I can't smell that stuff. I can't smell that. It's so terrible.
They're really that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are things I really like that, and it's comfort food because your mother made it, and the family ate it, and so therefore you ate it, right? And you grew up eating it, and it reminds you of good times. And mine is tripe. I love tripe.
Wow.
I crave tripe. I ooh and ah over tripe. I even make tripe. Of course, I can't make it for Marjorie because she won't eat it. Now, in case people don't know what tripe is, it's the cow's innards, the innards of the cow's stomach. But I mean, if you do it right, it's delicious. Jeff, you just had a reaction.
Never eat it.
Oh, you never ate it. Anybody else here ever eat tripe?
No.
Anybody here ever eat menudo? Because that's the same thing.
Yeah, my friends do, and I don't eat it when I go there. But they spend like all day with all those different meats and everything.
Yeah, well, what you do is you cut it up in little slices, and then you throw it into what is well, first you boil it, and then you throw it into a kind of a how could we call it? Tomato stock, but it's not like thick tomato stock. It's more like a soup. And you cook it in there, and you cook it for about 3 hours or something like that. I can't remember now what the recipe was. And it's delicious. I love it. Anybody else have a food that we would all get disgusted to hear that you like?
Cow's tongue. Boiled cow's
I
tongue.
love cow's tongue. My mother made tongue all the time.
Yeah, my mother did too. I can't stand it.
You can't stand it?
That's almost like roast beef.
Huh? Yeah, it tastes like roast beef. It is... I always like the front part of the tongue, like the tip, and the front part of the tongue. That part in the part in the back
Are
made
we still
me.
talking about cow's tongue here, Alex?
Yeah. The part in the back used to make me a little, out of it.
Is that the part that goes up the cow's nose?
No.
Yeah, the tip.
Oh, the tip. Well, no, the tip is the tip of the tongue.
Yeah, and it goes up the cow's nose when they stand there and pick their nose.
I see. Okay, all right.
Shoot the flies off.
Now you've ruined tongue for me.
They lick their butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say you didn't like tongue though, Al?
No, I don't.
Oh well,
I had a lot as a child.
Did your mother make it a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother made it all the time. It was a big deal.
I remember having it.
Yeah.
It's okay, but
Let me see here.
unless your mother's there, you really don't eat that kind of stuff.
Chip, any kind of food that you like that you've had that would disgust us?
Not really. I was never big into testing the food outside realms of food, so I don't really eat anything weird like that.
They don't do that up in the Dakotas, huh?
Well, I've only lived here about 16 years. I'm originally from California.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should have eaten some horribly.
Did the
Let's see,
deer,
elk, bear.
See, I don't like deer. Venison makes me vomit.
Oh, I love Bambi.
They have to cook it right. If you cook it wrong, it tastes too gamey. But if you cook it right, it's very good.
See, I don't want it gamey. I'll tell you, I've told this story before, and it's true. One night, my parents had this friend who was a hunter, and he went out hunting, and he came back to our house in North Beach with some ducks. So I'd never had duck, at that age I was willing to eat anything. Okay, don't start with me, Alan. I would eat anything that you put in front of me. Okay, so my mother cooks up the ducks and puts them on the plate, for us to dole out, and we're starting to eat it. And the guy says, "Oh, by the way, just a warning: watch out for the bullet."
The shot.
Yeah, the shot from the shotgun. Yeah.
I couldn't eat. That was it. I've never eaten duck since. Yeah, maybe I've eaten duck. Well, this was wild duck, But I basically I can't even eat duck at a Chinese restaurant.
Well, they just strangle them there.
Yeah, really.
Well, they do they? Is that how they kill them?
Or either that or they chop their heads off live.
Right.
I went
But
to.
generally, you see them hanging by their heads.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that great thing? Remember Sarah Palin when she was running for president, and she went and she did a meet and greet somewhere, and it was a chicken poultry place, and right in back of her while she's talking to everybody is somebody throwing a chicken into a place where they get their head cut off.
I think that was. I think she was near home or something.
It was in Alaska, yeah.
That might have been turkeys.
And she was doing a thing and said, "We're gonna pardon this turkey," and in the back they got turkeys getting executed.
Yeah, I used to deliver to Foster Farms out there in Turlock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you drive right up there and they're on a conveyor belt hanging, going into the building.
Yeah.
They come out plucked and ready to go.
Really? Were they alive going in?
Oh yeah, right off the truck.
Oh boy. I don't know. Now you put me off of turkey.
They do.
Those chickens.
You can,
chicken.
A dozen.
You can see it on YouTube. They rather use carbon monoxide to kill them pretty quickly, or they do an electric shock to kill them. I was watching a Foster Farms video on YouTube.
Well, but cows they kill by stunning them in the brain, right?
Well, they shoot them in the brain with a rifle.
No, not with a rifle. It's a stun gun. It's like a
used to shock them.
Chip, you look like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was that movie, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, he had one.
That's what a little thing would pop out of the thing under pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they kill them.
I've watched cows in a field, and the butcher come in with all his equipment onto a friend of mine's property, and he shoots them in the head. And the other ones see this one, hear the gunshot, see this one fall down, and they're all standing around, not scattering. They're just continuing to eat. They're a dumb animal.
Well, listen, yeah, they are the dumbest
the
animals.
Private ones, yeah, they'll do that.
They are the dumbest animals ever, anywhere. I remember once I went out to the backwoods of Marin, and there were a lot of cow farms out there. There are these like Scottish cows or something that look like they're all wearing toupees. You know what I'm talking about? You got this little fluff of hair up here. It looks like they just went out and bought a bad toupee and put it on, And they're all standing out there in the field, and some of them are sitting on the ground, and others are standing up over those other ones and peeing on them. And the one who's being peed on is just going, duh, hey, okay.
Cows into water sports, huh?
Yeah, cows into water sports.
Golden showers.
Tip them over.
It's amazing. But is anything you like eating, Brian? That would make everybody here.
His mother-in-law's soup is off the record now.
Yeah. Kevin or me?
Well, no, you were talking about Brian's the soup. Well, I'm talking Kevin. If he had.
Oh, sorry, I thought he said Brian.
Yeah, I don't eat nothing that's weird.
You don't eat nothing that's weird.
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right.
My mother-in-law eats head cheese and makes me sick.
All right. You want to know? Okay. You ready for this, everybody?
I got another one.
My father used to love to do this. There were two things he loved, and in combination with each other. One was blood sausage, which, as you all know, is in fact blood. All right? And buttermilk.
Jesus.
And one morning I came down, we lived in an apartment at the time. I went to the apartment and into the dining room or the kitchen. And my father's sitting at the kitchen table with a glass of buttermilk in one hand
No.
and the blood sausage on the plate. And he's eating the blood sausage and drinking the buttermilk, which is then turning red from the yeah, from the from the blood sausage.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
gross.
and it was pretty gross. It was because the two things I could not stand were blood sausage and buttermilk. Anybody like buttermilk here?
No.
No. Okay.
Never had it.
Well, it sounds like it would be good. Buttermilk.
It does sound
oh
good, yeah.
wow,
You think
that
it's sweet,
sounds
like,
good.
you know.
Tastes terrible.
Which Amazon has that?
Yeah. Hello, Tony.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
So.
Huh?
That good.
So.
What do you mean so?
Well, I don't want to talk about me unless. Well, you know what it is.
Of course, you wanted to talk
Of
about
course,
you.
I don't want to monopolize the show and change tracks. I'm kind of like you, Alex. We know what happened 2 weeks ago. I went for a blood test, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went on a Sunday. Yeah, I went on a Sunday. Yeah, because he had his nurse there. So I went in. Everything else was fine. My other physical. So I went in and they took my blood. So then it was like last Friday, right? I was working in the house packing some books up. So they call. I said, "Oh, I don't know who's calling this number." So, you know when you get a number on the iPhone, it's not my brother. It's nobody I know.
Well,
let me just pick it up, right?
Yeah, you figure
Hello?
it's somebody's going to say your car's out of the lot.
I mean, hello? Is this Tony Magno? I says, yeah, it is. Oh, your blood work came back from Dr. Fernandez, John. I said, oh, okay. I said, do I have any antibodies? Oh, we forgot to check that. All right, they forgot to check it. So that's great, right? Oh, she just wants me to say, right? You're a little low on vitamin D, so he wants you to take 5,000 milligrams a day. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, I got vitamin D now, so I'll take it again. Mm-hmm. And your, what is that? The PSA level is a little elevated above normal. Normal would be 4.0, and I'm 4.78. It's like 0.78 up.
Oh, you're a dead man.
Okay,
you're a dead. You're dead.
I'm googling you, Alex, already.
You're a dead man, Tony. You're
grave,
an absolute
right?
dead. No, don't worry.
Says, oh yeah, you have to see a urologist. Says, I only saw a regular doctor. I don't have a urologist.
Oh no, you'll love the urologists. They're the worst doctors.
I was ready to call
The
you.
only thing is, I found a great urologist. He's a great guy. Give me a call. I'll give you his name. He's here in Manhattan. He's very good.
Well, I got a guy already that I'm going to.
I've gone through 10 urologists and hated every last one.
I remember you talking about that. My life is now Alex.
And this guy is terrific. He is.
Can I ask you something, Alex?
Yeah.
So when she told me that, it says, well, the doctor will call you back. So I'm like, so what is 0.7? Oh, you got nothing to be worried about. I says, I hope not. I says, no, but this is just we want you to follow up with a urologist. So Alex, what do they? Shecky even told me my sister's friend's a nurse and my brother's girlfriend is a nurse. Friends, and she's Tony, you got nothing to worry about. It says anything can fluctuate. You're above normal by a little smidgen. That's nothing.
Well, that's not a smidgen. Okay.
That's not a smidgen.
That's not a smidgen. But don't get worried. Don't get worried. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To begin with, what was the last PSA test? Did they?
I don't know because I forgot it. Yeah, I had it last year, so I don't know.
And they probably didn't even care because it didn't.
Yeah, they never told me. Yeah.
So it could be you've had a bit of a spike. It could be caused by any number of things. So you take another one and see what happens in about 3 months, and they'll and hey, you know, if let's say at the worst, you have prostate cancer.
Oh God! Don't say that.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
I'm worried already. Yeah.
Let me finish. You caught it so early.
I'm scared though, Alex. I don't want to get anything.
What's to be frightened of?
I don't know. I hear that. I think, oh, forget it.
Well, I mean, you know, you take it a step at a time. Okay.
Yeah.
And at my age, of course, I got it because if you live long enough, most men get prostate cancer of one sort or another. You know, it's wreaked havoc. The stuff they did has wreaked havoc on my urinary system.
I don't think Tony wants to hear that now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my doctor told me not to worry.
They didn't even take out my prostate, by the way, folks.
But
they just
should I listen to what he said? He says, "Don't worry yourself over it."
Well, you're going to worry anyway.
I mean, so he didn't seem that concerned. He was like, I was more concerned about your fatty cholesterol, which is I don't have to take any medicine. But he says, you know, more than that. It says, oh, all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that anytime you see a spike in a PSA tests have always been in great question as to their how good they are in predicting prostate cancer. What all it says is that there's something going on that could be prostate cancer. But you could have a high PSA because you may have an infection down there.
Yeah, that's what they said too. Like, I was a little under the weather a few weeks, like a month ago. I felt like I had a cold, so who knows?
Well, no, but I mean, there are any number of things that can cause it. And that's why they say, okay, we'll do another one in 3 months because it's very, in most cases, non-aggressive, slow growing. And
But he told me I'm going to 20th, Alex, to the urologist.
Urologist? Okay, we'll go to him, I got to go to mine next month.
Do you think it is? So you wouldn't, I mean, I'm not going to get sick over it. I was just worried about it. And I was like, oh, God, I can't believe this.
Look, let's say the worst happens. You've got it.
Oh, God.
Well, wait, hold on a second.
She's coming for you, my mother, Alex. I have a feeling she's pulling me. Come on already, man. You're not even going to eat it.
Are you listening to me, Tony?
I'm trying, yeah.
Okay, let's say, let's just assume the worst, because that's what I do all the time.
I'm not going to sleep tonight. Yeah.
And the reason I do, because then there'll be no surprises. But let's say the worst that can possibly happen is you've got prostate cancer. It's early in the game. They can take care of it. They can take care of it usually with radiation. Sometimes they just take care of it with hormones. So don't even worry about it. I mean, you've caught this early enough in the game that if it is anything, which very
treatable.
It's very treatable. Yeah.
So you're saying don't even worry yourself sick, though. He told me don't worry about it. Have 2 or 3 beers. I said, really? I don't drink.
No matter what he says or I say, you're going to worry about it.
Yeah. I had Alex. I told my brother who I'm leaving stuff to already.
Now,
and I told him I want nobody having lunch.
Here's the thing
my
about
cheap
me.
family having lunch on my grave. Really.
Every time I got a wart on my finger, I would say to people, "Does this look like cancer to you?"
I was mad. You had to see mad. I couldn't sleep. I mean, I'm trying to stay rational. Jackie told me off the ledge.
What I was saying is that I always was worried about I was going to get cancer. And then when I finally got it, I went, okay. I don't know why I reacted that way, but it was just, okay, let's do something about it. And I went to the best doctor here in town, the best radioactive guy or whatever. And he put me under. He gave me this cyber knife, and then we went in and we had some seeds put in my prostate, radioactive seeds, and my I don't even have a traceable PSA right now, or didn't. I don't know what the next test will show, but I didn't. But do you
remember? So you're saying don't get yourself sick over it.
Don't get yourself sick, because most of the things that they're going to do are, for instance, if they do radioactivity, if they
you got me as cancer, Alex. I'm hoping no, really.
Well, I'm assuming you do. Anyway, don't worry about it, Tony.
So Tony, some of the things that cause an elevated PSA is if you've had sex within the last couple of days. Some vitamins.
Wait a minute. You're talking to Tony. Let's rule that
check
out.
That off the box.
Let's rule that out. And I'm
like
even wondering about the other thing that could do it, and that's masturbation.
Right.
I mean, can I ask a question?
Can I ask you a question? Did you masturbate the day before the test?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well then,
The boxes, the multiple choice questions are getting narrower and narrower. I was like,
Tony,
how much time do I have? Can we just get to the chase?
What Alex was getting around to is not to worry now. And a few months from now, if you get another PSA test and it's higher, then they're going to look into what's causing it. It like Alex said, it's not always cancer.
Yeah.
But I'm going in the 20th. I'm guessing, Alex, he's going to draw my blood again. No, I mean, if we just sit there and have a conversation, I'm going to be like, "What's going on?"
I don't want you to. Please.
I'm worried now.
Don't get worried. It's doable. It's fixable.
Yeah, but I'm hoping it's not.
But the part I worried about was the biopsy.
Anybody don't say that, Alex. I can't do needles. I couldn't take that.
I had a biopsy, and I thought it was going to be just anguishingly painful.
Oh God!
And it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything. And by the way, that saved my life because that's where they found that I had just a small smidgen of cancer.
Do you remember what your PSA level was, Alex? I was going to ask you that.
It had gone up to like 6.7, and then it went down to 4.8 or 4.5, something like that. And then they gave me, my doctor did a test. He did some extra work on the blood. It's a new test they have that can predict the chances that you have, some prostate cancer, however minor. And it showed up. So he immediately did a biopsy, and the biopsy showed it. And then it was off to Dr. Stock, who radiated the hell out of me, and then stuck some staples in my seeds in my prostate, and I was good to go. I went back. I had a PSA test 4 or 5 months later because it was during COVID, and I had gone down to no detectable PSA, which is really amazing.
See, now I'm worried now.
What do you worry?
Mine's been in the 6s for 10 years, Tony.
And let's say
Really?
Yeah. 2 biopsies, nothing.
Really?
I've been a little over 4 for 10 years, so no big deal.
And did they do a biopsy or anything like that? See,
no.
Yeah, but you're still here, and you don't have. It hasn't gotten any worse, right?
That's right.
So you see here, guys. Here are 2 guys with PSA tests that are high, and they haven't got prostate cancer. So, the PSA
First biopsy had me worried, but after that, it's just like he just keeps an eye on it, and as long as it doesn't go haywire, you're fine.
Was the biopsy simple for you too?
Hell no.
Really?
A blood wasn't simple for me, Alex, in the room.
Really?
Both of them were terrible. The worst thing I ever done.
No,
Yep.
I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah, well.
You.
Yeah, all I
they were painful.
All I felt was kind of a thing like a staple gun or something.
Oh, God almighty.
Yep. All 12 times.
I'm never going to make
All
this.
12
Yes,
times.
sir.
But I
They stuck
didn't.
the needle in like 10 times in 10 different
Oh,
places.
I can't deal with it already. I can't take blood.
You don't see a thing, Tone.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
No, you don't see nothing.
I couldn't take a needle for the
Let
throwing
me
of the
put it
blood.
this
I'm
way:
gonna
you
do
can
this.
leave it all.
God
You
forbid.
can leave it all behind you.
Yep, they leave it all behind.
But my mother better say a prayer. But I better not have
No,
to
but
do
I
this.
was amazed, guys, about the biopsy. I didn't feel a thing.
It must have numbed you up good.
He did a really good job. That's why I like this doctor. So
I think I would have rather been kicked in the balls than go through the biopsy again. The biopsy hurt like hell.
Yep.
You're not making me
I
feel.
wish they
anything.
would have knocked me
I
out.
walked
Yeah,
out of
well,
it and
see,
I went,
sure.
that was easy. He said, I try to do it the best I can. He numbed me up really good, and he.
And you know what he told me, the doctor? Don't be so fatalistic. Well, it's easy for you. So fatalistic. I'm not being fatalistic. I think I'm going to die. I mean, really.
No, you're not going to die. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't think.
But he's laughing me on the phone like, have 2 beers. Are you for real? What am I paying this guy?
What's the doctor tell you? You're not going to die. That's not true. You're going to die sometime. We all are. But
He goes, I'm really not that concerned with it, but we're just going to follow up on it. Really?
Yeah. Relax.
So anyway, how's the comic book business?
Yeah, right.
Soon you know what? Soon they're going to sell. I'll be gone. I'll have I'll have thousands of books downstairs on the phone.
Shit. I asked you
You'll
to get
see it
your
on the news,
mind off
Alex,
it.
one day with all these books.
I asked you to get your mind off it. What have you sold
I've
lately?
actually been
Tone?
busy. I'm going to have a going out of business sale.
Oh, shit. What have you sold lately, Tony?
Oh, I just sold a book. Actually, I got to ship it out tomorrow. I just sold, what is it? I can tell you in a second. I sold hold on. It's going to Chicago, Kentucky. Hold on. I'll tell you what I just sold.
Hmm?
Oh, I sold what did he buy this? Oh, the guy bought, Human Torch. I can tell you right now, I didn't ship it out yet.
Not a guy with prostatitis, right? Oh, sorry.
Human Torch number 7. It's from 1973. It's a battle cover. Human Torch versus Submariner, so they're like battling on the cover. He paid me $175 for it, and I may have another book sold too. Guy didn't pay me yet, so I may have $400 going out tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Nice.
Make a good.
I turned down a couple of other offers, but if I'm going to drop dead, everything's going for sale. was just starting to make money, and now here comes the big series. And my life is like, fuck you.
Well, think
you're
think
killing
about it this
Tony.
way.
Knock it out.
Wait a minute, Tony. Think about it this
Yeah.
way. Okay, I'm going to be 82 in about a week and a half. Okay. Life is, as I think John Cleese once described it to me, the grave is ever yawning. Okay, and I don't have that many good years left. Maybe I do. Maybe I have another 20 years. But then they're going to be terrible years because I'm going to be looking like Tony Bennett. I mean, it's just not
Better than William Shatner.
better than William Shatner. Yeah. But anyway, the point is that all that being true, that I'm not getting any younger, and the end days are approaching.
Yeah.
I get my rent lowered to $500 a month.
I heard the other night.
I mean, come on.
Phil's paying $2,500 over there. I heard his comment.
No, don't. I'll tell you something. I'm not. It's not over yet, because they're going to appeal this thing. And my lawyer says, well, the $22,025 a month that they were going to charge you in rent, take the difference between what you pay and that, and put it away, because they may win their case, may win their appeal, and then they'll be owed all that money. Okay, so that's what we're doing, because we got to do that. But I mean, it's just like, they send us this wonderful news about the judge saying $500 a month, and then, but it's going to they're going to appeal it, the landlords. And I'm going, oh, Jesus, here we go again. And then the lawyer sends me a note saying, and by the way, I told you I wasn't going to charge you any longer, and I was just going to charge you for my assistant. And I said, uh-huh. And he said in his note, he said, but I'm going to have to start charging you again because it's going to appeal. And I'm going, Jesus, does it never stop? Am I going to have to spend my golden years in court? This has been how many years now? Almost 9 years? Yeah.
Good thing you have deep pockets, huh?
Oh, yeah, deep pockets. It's lucky Marjorie could take out a loan on her apartment, on the apartment she owns. I mean, she's paid off most of it, but, she doesn't owe anything on the apartment. But she had a home equity loan, and we've been using that for lawyers' fees, and it's been terrible. I mean, I God bless her. She's been very good about this. So when you worry about that, I could be out on the street, Tony.
That's true.
Yeah. Can I rent a room at your place?
And you know what? The whole up here is empty, actually. I just threw my mother's bed out, but I got comic books in that room.
No.
But I have one bed, but you'd have to bring sheets because
it's funny what single guys do with their deceased mother's rooms.
I turned it into a comic warehouse right now. But I kept the furniture, though, the ones I didn't want to toss.
Shecky put in a, what do you call it, one of those things you run on.
Yeah, I saw that. It's nice. Yeah. He told me that was your room potentially. If
that's my room. That's my. He always calls it.
Once, that's too big of a room for him. I want this room.
He always calls it my room, and I said, you do know your mother died in that room, and to say it's now my room is kind of like tempting fate, isn't it?
True, that is true. My mother wouldn't haunt you, Alex. She'd be like, "This is the guy you talked to at night who has a foul mouth." Right. Yeah, I'm trying to calm down, like you said. Maybe I'm putting more into my head than what should be, though.
Of course, and you're going to worry about it. And I was terrorized by a urologist every time he sent me out for a PSA test. And it would go up and it would go down, and you do all these things, and I'm going, what's happening here? And depending upon the doctor you have is how good they handle it. This urologist I have is absolute gold. I mean, he's just terrific at handling me, at handling the situation. He's he said, I'm never going to do a biopsy on you unless you absolutely need it. And he said, you absolutely needed it. And he saved my life. Okay? So what you want is a good doctor. And if you need one, I got one for you.
Okay, I'll let you see how this. I haven't gone to this guy yet, but I'll let you know, I guess.
Because some of these guys like to put stuff up your penis that shouldn't be going up there.
Oh God, you really.
So you've had a cystoscopy, Alex?
Oh, twice.
Oh yeah, the first.
Are you
time,
kidding me?
And the
The
first.
nurse said, "Oh, you won't feel it." Oh, yes, you will.
No,
Are you
you
joking?
know something's up with this. Cystoscopy is they go up
Oh,
your
God.
penis into your bladder and look
Check,
around.
I can't handle. Alex, I can't handle this already.
And look
Yeah,
around.
the cystoscopy is very uncomfortable for about 10 seconds.
Oh God.
Yeah, but anyway, what happened is that I had this one doctor, say a bad urologist, who every time I had blood in my urine, which is all the time, I've always had a slight trace of blood in my urine. It could be from a kidney, it could be from stones, it could be from nothing in particular.
Bladder infection.
Whatever. And every time he would find blood in there, and that was almost every time, time for another cystoscopy. What?
Oh, God.
You know, and then you go in there and they've got this snake covered with
I'm
a
gonna have to
tarp
go to the
because they don't
bathroom
want
soon.
you to see it. You know, and then they,
The nurse stuck a cotton swab in the head of my penis, to numb it up. Oh yeah, well that was numb, but then they got 2 inches in and it was totally uncomfortable.
Oh,
well, they spritzed some stuff down there on me. But anyway, the point is that this guy just loved doing these cystoscopies. I guess it was because he was making $500 a cystoscopy or $1,000 or something, And finally, I mean, I told my current urologist this story, and he said this guy was just out of line doing that. So you got to be careful about who you go to, because urologists are people. I talked to my doctor once, and I said, I can't find a urologist I like. I said, I've had nothing but bad experiences with every urologist I've ever had. And he said to me, it's a weird profession.
They're looking at asses all day, no?
What?
They're looking at asses all day.
No, you're not only looking at asses, you're sticking your finger up asses all day.
Oh, another thing to look forward to. This is going to be someday. I get a lollipop on the fucking way out, probably. I'm going to it, stuff I can see.
Well, on the second cystoscopy, while I was up there, I said, I hope you're going to give me flowers afterwards. You know,
this is going to be a nightmare.
You ever had any of this, Brian?
Don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. I'm glad you don't have to go through it, Brian.
Well,
I'm taking one for the team. I think. This is my mother getting back at me. What do I do to deserve this?
You will.
It's like Merry Christmas.
You will, Brian. You will. Eventually, you will. Eventually, all of us meet the urologist. Okay?
I didn't want to meet him just so soon. When they told me urologist, I was like, what? I almost dropped the phone. I dropped all my packages. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I said, can I speak to the doctor, please?
Hey, listen.
Oh, he'll call you back later. He's busy.
Earlier tonight, I had Will Durst on. He's going to be on it. We did another one with him for next week. And, he had a stroke. Worry about that, Worry about something like that happening, in which you just can't do anything with your life. That you just he's been lying in a bed for over 2 years. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And
personally, I hope the stroke kills me.
Personally, we hope so too. Anyway.
No, my God forbid.
I guess I'm naked.
No, I mean,
unfortunately, strokes you don't die.
Well, Jeff is a guy who had a stroke, pretty profound stroke, right, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and look at him; he's in pretty good shape. This guy,
Yep.
There are a few things that still linger, and there's still problems, but
20 years to learn how to walk again.
Yeah, walking wasn't such a bad deal.
Yeah.
What was memory or something? You said
my biggest part is I can't read anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I tried.
Oh.
What does it look like when you try to read? You can't understand what the word.
No, you can't. You look at it, and it's like a word, and you start talking about the letters, Okay, this is why. Oh yeah, I remember what that is. And it just goes on. It's so slow.
But is it selectively something that just erases itself from your memory?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like that stuff that you had when you're third grade, and when you're 3 years old and you started to learn, and you're just learning all kinds of words all the time, and then all of a sudden one day they just take them all away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about the Torah. They take all the vowels and everything out of the Torah that you learn.
Yeah.
And that makes your bar mitzvah fun. But,
Yeah.
I'm not worrying about that anymore.
we won't talk about it. So why don't you just get picture books, Jeff, like Playboy or something like that? That'll keep you entertained.
Oh yeah, I
just
mean,
don't have-
I can look at a magazine. If it's got good pictures and stuff, it's all right. I try to. There's a lot of things that you can read that are audio.
Hey, I just noticed something. I have not been recording this show tonight,
Ooh,
Good.
but I
Lucky
just started
everybody else.
recording it. So let's do the best damn good 7-minute show we've ever done.
all right. Goodbye, Tony.
Please.
We've been talking to Tony about his prostate, so you missed that.
Not much to miss.
There's nothing wrong with missing that.
I still got Will Durst and you talking to him on YouTube.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. If anybody wants to see the Will Durst interview, has been up for a couple of days now. So it is there on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to it sometimes I miss a show during the week and I listen to it on my drive because my drive is about an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So like on the Friday nights, I'll listen to it or that day. And then I listen to Will Durst the other day.
Yeah, well, I might be able to download the show from... if you want to watch the show, folks, just go over to YouTube.
So we have 32 people on YouTube looking, and Corbin or Forbin or something says, Alex's idea of a great doctor is someone who agrees with him.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
Somebody that takes good care of you is a good doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want a doctor who's going to just give me, say what I want to hear. You know.
Neither would I.
I want it straight, and I want, the thing about this one urologist that I have, this urologist that I have now, that I like so much, is he really is straightforward, and he really is terribly honest about everything, and doesn't panic you. He's a very good doctor.
You know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that. So I wonder what to expect.
Oh, by the way, in
when I
case
go
you
this one.
you just saw this abbreviated show, folks.
Mhm.
That we just started recording. Tony got a higher PSA test.
They told me slightly elevated.
Slightly elevated. Yeah.
1 month to live.
Is that slightly elevated, Alan?
Well, that's what
Slightly.
they told me.
That's not really super high.
Yeah, compared to Kevin and Alan, you're
I'm
fine.
skating on good
Well,
ground.
he's
Alex,
10,
I
15
thought of
years
you
younger.
when she told me. I says, "Oh my God!" I said, "I got his thing." I said,
What do you mean?
I caught-
Like you caught prostate cancer from me?
"I know," but it's like I didn't mean it like that. I almost dropped the phone when she told me. I was packing a book comic up, and by the way, what do you mean by the way? Like I have no one asked. You got what? I'm ready to go to the bakery for.
By the
for a
way, we just
cupcake, and I'm
noticed-
coming back now. I threw everything out.
We just noticed your dick fell off. Yeah.
By the way, you got vitamin D in the house? What does that have to do with that? Really? Then me and my brother were going through the drive-thru. The doctor calls me through the drive-thru in the bank. Have a beer. Don't worry about it, he said. Relax. Don't be so fatalistic. Yeah, I said, look who's talking, I'm saying to myself. Come on. I was like, I couldn't. Alex, he said just like this, I was more worried about your fatty cholesterol. Well, is that bad? No, it's okay. Then what the hell are you mentioning it for? I was like, am I supposed to be laughing at this? I didn't know.
Yeah.
My brother's like, don't worry about it. Put him on speaker. He's going to live, right? I said, you're really a vote of confidence. I said.
All I'm saying, Tony, it's too early in
Yeah.
the game to worry about anything. You don't know
Alex,
that
if I do drop dead, I'm going to leave you something.
You don't know that this wasn't a one.
No, I know.
Time
But if I do go tits up with this, you're in my will.
Really, what am I getting?
I can't tell you. I gotta have a little surprise here. You really will. I want to leave you
If
something.
if it happens to be Scooby Doo comic books,
No, I know not to leave you that.
Yeah,
I know not to leave.
Don't
you
leave
that.
me
I will
any
leave you something that you
Scooby
actually
Doo
would
or
like.
anything like that. Right, Chip? You don't. What do you want from Tony? You want anything from Tony?
Superman #1.
Okay,
I don't
fine.
want
Okay. Yeah. How much is Superman #1 worth now?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you Siegel and Schuster. That, you know what? I can probably Google that. You know, I think sold that. I think Heritage sold that last year. I'd have to look.
There are how many copies are
They
there?
never got paid any money. Those guys. They never got paid any money. Siegel and
Schuster
Schuster.
and
They
Siegel?
died broke.
Siegel and Schuster?
Yeah, they died penniless.
Really? They started getting credit in the movies and stuff.
Yeah, until the artists like Neil Adams fought for them because they were sick at the end. They had like no money. They were
Well,
getting
think
nothing.
of
from
think
that.
of the guy I feel always sad about is Jack Kirby.
Yeah, I told that to Shecky. He created Marvel. Really, that family should be getting rewards for that whole thing.
Yeah, and also they just recently started giving credit to Bill Finger for Batman.
Yeah, did you see that documentary? He got nothing to do living up in the Bronx.
Yeah,
I saw a documentary.
Yeah.
Penniless before he died too.
What
Another guy in
happened,
his
folks,
room.
is somebody, the Finger family or whatever, sued and won the right for Bill Finger to be credited in every Batman thing now, every Batman movie or whatever. And if you look, the credit now reads created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger.
You know what I was going to ask, Alex? You think like whoever owns DC, I think it's Warner Brothers. You think they would have said, with all that money, let's do the right thing.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't give him credit, let's just take care of him on the side. Because Kane was probably fighting for like, I created, he created. Let's just send the guy some checks.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do something with all that money. You think $1 billion company? You think they would have took care of this guy?
Yep. Yep. You would think so. Yeah.
Not the way business works, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately.
Or you could be like Trump, just never pay you back. I'll get the checks in the mail. It's never coming. It's never coming.
Well, anyway, we haven't heard from anybody else in the last hour,
I'm sorry,
Tony.
guys. I'll be on the couch tonight, dying again.
Oh yeah, you're dying.
You'll be fine, Tony.
Yeah.
0.78 only. That's not going to check. It's only 0.78. Slightly elevated. That's the key word I'm going to use.
Slightly elevated. Take your vitamin D.
Yeah, I got 10,000 milligrams of 5,000. I'm going to take the whole bottle and beat it out.
Yeah, you're gonna overdose on.
I'm going to overdose on vitamin D. I'll turn yellow.
You can see him committing suicide on an overdose of vitamin D.
You'll watch the 11 o'clock news.
Don't worry about it, Tony. It's not time to worry about it yet.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
And it's good that your doctor is on the case and you're going to go see a urologist and he's going to check it out and probably give you a good, clean bill of health. You don't know the next test is going to come out just fine, you know.
Sure.
And
hopefully I just keep watching it. That's what I hope.
Well, it can be elevated for any number of reasons. So don't worry. Stop it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be on checks in the mail. My psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I'll call you from the doctor's office.
Yeah, I'm sure you will too. You know.
I'm gonna put you on speaker. Hold on. Listen to what this guy's telling me.
Yeah. Well, there's our theme for all of you people who've watched 7 minutes of this show. Because that's
our best show too.
well,
Unbelievable.
actually, I can download this from the live broadcast, so I'll do that. Anyway, hey, listen, this has been fun tonight, and we've gotten some a goodly amount of people watching it. At one point, we were almost up to 40 people. And it's because it was a nice, happy discussion tonight. Alan, thank you so much. Brian, I hope the rest of your family feels better. And
Thank you.
And none of them are HIV positive. It's COVID positive. HIV's nothing now. Chip, thank you for calling. Love to hear from you. Jeff, good talking to you. Kevin, always a pleasure. And Tony, you've used up all your time for the next week. Anyway.
No, I'll be a good blood winner if I call it. You won't even know him. Yeah. I'll just be taking vitamins all night.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody give a big wave.
Yeah, take another 10,000.
Give a big wave goodbye, and we'll give a big wave goodbye at you, okay? All right, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel. And let me come to me here. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let me also get rid of them. Let me see here. There we go. They're gone. And hey, that's it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her. And as always, as I tell you, get the shot, okay? And if you don't, wear a mask. Care about your community. We'll see you again tomorrow night, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.